Alex, and I'm an educator here at the Emerald Coast Science Center. Today I'm going to be talking about lionfish. So their scientific name is Pteris volaton. So it does start with a P actually, just like pterodactyl, that P is silent. And it's actually kind of cool spelling, but you'll find that all these scientific names of different species have weird spellings, stuff like that. So you can try pronouncing this at home, Pteris volaton. And so the lionfish is not native to Florida. They actually first appeared in about 1985. The first case was reported in southern Florida. Ever since then, that population has really been booming down here and around the Caribbean. They are an invasive species. If you go scuba diving or snorkeling, you might see them on the reef. I'll actually show you a picture, that way you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so as these guys, you can see that they have all these really cool fins and spines. So they are native to the South Pacific and the Indian Ocean. So you'll find them places like Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, French Polynesia, Japan, South Korea, all on the other side of the world. So that's a really far ways to travel. We're not exactly sure how they got here. Some think that they may have just been released on purpose. Someone might have had them as a pet fish, and they decided they didn't want it anymore. Just as a side note, you don't want to do that with your pet fish. It can become a problem not only for the species around it, but for that species itself, just because they need to find a way to survive. Otherwise, they can die. So for the lionfish, if it was released, it did become successful in this area. It has survived and unfortunately thrived. Scientists are nervous with this species being so highly populated because it actually decimates our coral reefs. So they eat over 50 species of fish, and all these fish, while some might not be quite so important, there's others like the parrotfish, which is an algae eater. And if it doesn't have the parrotfish on the reef, then the algae becomes into an algal bloom. And so we'll have all this bacteria and buildup. That can also help kill our reefs. But the lionfish will eat the important fish of the ecosystem. There aren't any definitive predators. However, sharks, groupers, sometimes even snappers and eels have been seen to feed on these guys. We as humans have actually found a way to consume them as well. So what we're doing in order to help control the population and just try to put it, get it to stop eating our coral reef system, we are actually finding new ways to cook it. We're also using it in the aquarium trade. So while in the native countries it is big on being consumed, the real moneymaker is actually using them as an ornamental fish. It's something pretty to look at in your fish tank. So fishermen will go out and they'll catch them and sell them. That way they can get some money to raise for their family. You also have them, it's very common in the United States to keep them as pets. One thing that you do have to know while keeping them as pets, or even diving and snorkeling, you will notice that all those spines, they're actually a venomous fish. So they can sting you. That sting can be very powerful. It lasts for days. There's different symptoms like respiratory distress. You can have very painful swelling in the sting site. You can even result in pain, sweating, and even paralysis of the body, depending on how you react to it. You do have to seek immediate attention from a doctor if you do ever get stung by one of these guys. Their venom is actually kept in between two grooves in their spine, so that's actually really interesting. So while it does go into those spines there, it's actually kept right on their backs and their body. And so some of those spines are very hard, other ones are very soft where it can be easily bent. And so what they also use those spines for is they actually corner their prey. They're very slow moving. Their coloration can be kind of distracting to their prey. And so they take them, they put their fins out, they corner them into a tiny little rock area, and then they quickly eat them. While they are slow moving, when it comes to prey, they can move very quickly. And you can see how wide they can open their mouths. And so sometimes you will notice if they're at a cleaning station, which is when fish go by, there's a little area where things like shrimp will come out, and the fish will open their mouths and crawl into there and pick over any leftovers that they have. So for these guys, it would be different pieces of fish because they are carnivores. That's solely what they prey on. So the little shrimp will go in their mouths. You might even see them in their gill area, cleaning out any leftover food. And so that is a mutual relationship there. They're not actually going to eat that shrimp that's helping them, just like other fish won't eat those shrimp that are helping them. It's a nice little symbiotic relationship that they've got going on. You might also notice they've got some really cool little facial fins right here that are a little bit distracting that prey can also use. I'm not sure if you guys can see that there, but they might see it dangling around and they think it's something to eat. And so that attracts prey as well. You can also see that they have all these stripes all over their body. It's typically a maroon or brown color, although some will describe it as black as well. So when deciding whether a fish is a female or a male in this species, it actually is easier to tell when they're actually going to breed. And so males will typically turn darker, and those stripes will be less visible, whereas females will actually become more pale in color. When it is time to mate, they will mate just after sunset. And the female's neck and mouth area right here will actually turn silver, so it's easier to see, especially in the dark. Talking about the dark, lionfish are actually thought to be nocturnal hunters. However, they've been seen to eat fish during the day as well. So we're still figuring out exactly what to call them. Right now they're called nocturnal hunters. However, you might see them prey during the day. So let's see. Scientists, aquarists, which are fish keepers, or fishermen will go down and hunt them. They'll typically take a spear gun and shoot the fish and grab it and put it in these baskets. And so as you can see, you do have to wear really protective gear, and you have to have a special bag in order to help you capture them. People will take on spear hunting festivals or lionfish spear hunting festivals where they'll have a competition to see how many you can get, just because there is so many in these little areas, especially even along our coast, you'll find them. You can find that the adults will get up to 18 inches in length, and then the juveniles can be as tiny as an inch or less. And so what's really cool is as the juveniles, you'll see that their fins seem to be longer compared to their body, whereas when they're adults, they seem to kind of grow into it. So when you're scuba diving, you might be with your dive master or somebody leading you on your dive. And if you see one, they're really pretty to see. Unfortunately, it's sad that they're such a pest or a nuisance on our coral reefs, but they're gorgeous to see. And you might see your dive master make this kind of sign, meaning lionfish. So that's kind of a really cool and interesting thing. They do have cycloid scales. So I'm not sure if you guys know too much about scales, but not every fish has the same kind of scale. And so cycloid are typically rounder with a smooth edge, as you can see here. And so that would be fish like salmon would also have this. You also have ctenoid, which looks very similar. However, it's got a rough edge, and you can see that there. And those are found on bass. You also have ganoid, which are found on gar. And those are more of a really pretty diamond shape. And then the blacoid are found on things like sharks. So, let's see there. And these are the four main types of scales. They do have little variations within each type, but those are the main four that you will see. So again, they do have these cycloid scales. That's going to make them a bit more smoother because they overlap better than most of the other scales. And so these guys, their habitat can be varied from as low as 1 feet to 300 feet deep. And so they've been found on rock-hard bottoms, seabeds, seagrass, coral reefs, shipwrecks, artificial reefs, mangroves, just a large variety. These guys, like I said, they do breed a lot, the females can actually lay up to 2 million eggs per year. So that's quite a bit. And then their breeding season is actually all year round. They don't pertain to, springtime or fall time. So this is why their population has grown so dense, is because they're year-round mating and they produce so many eggs. So you're going to see so many lionfish. So they're actually really cool to see. I know some people have made jewelry out of their spines. As I said, you do cook and eat them. And you can have them as pets. So we're finding a variety of things to do with them just because there's such an abundance and they are such a nuisance. But one of the reasons that I'm actually telling you guys about lionfish today is they are actually going to be part of our new exhibit. And so within the next coming month, we will have a lionfish of our own. And so we've got this beautiful setup. You can see our tank here, a 75-gallon tank. We've got all of our filtration system and everything underneath here. But this is where it's going to be housed at. We've got our dead rock in there right now, our live sand. We're going to be getting live rock soon, and then shortly after that we'll be getting our lionfish. So we're excited to be showing you guys that in the incoming future, but hopefully you guys will visit us and check out that lionfish when we get them. If you guys have any questions, feel free to just drop any comments. We are closed at the moment. However, we are hoping to open back up very soon. So hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Thank you and have a great day.